there! Do you want to make your damage go from this to this? Stay tuned and I'll show you how. Hello Starlight, are you new to the Genshin Impact artifact system? Do you wish to have a better understanding of how they work? Well, no worries, I am here to explain the basics of artifacts in Genshin Impact. So, what are artifacts? Artifacts are the main gear you can get in the game. It is also the most RNG infuriating part of the game. So how do you acquire it? You can acquire artifacts by exploring, doing quests, chests, domains, bosses, and weekly bosses. Some very specific artifacts can also be acquired by using 5-star artifacts. So, what about artifact rarity? Artifact's rarity can be between 1 star and 5 stars, with the first being with least substats and the latter with most substats. You can mostly find artifacts between 1 star and 4 stars in the overworld by exploration, while 5 stars you must fight some sort of domain or world/weekly boss to obtain them. Okay, now that we know a little bit about how to obtain them, let's see some specifications about them. Flower of Life. The flower will always have its main stat as flat HP, which will be where most of your HP comes from. Because of this, you should pay attention to your substats. Depending on how you wish to build your character, you look for crit damage, crit rate, attack percentage, for DPS, sub-DPS, or perhaps energy recharge, elemental mastery, crit rate for a support build. These were just a few examples. Bloom of Death. The feather will always have flat attack as its main stat. Personally, I look for similar substats as the flower, if not more offensive substats on this artifact. As a general rule, I mostly look for crit damage and crit rate to have on all my feathers. Sands of Eon. From this point onward, the artifacts can have different main stats. Sands can have as its main stat HP percentage, defense percentage, attack percentage, elemental mastery, and energy recharge. This is generally your scaling piece, depending on what your character's main scaling stat, aka the stat that enhances your damage or supporting abilities. This you can check in your Talents tab, and you go to Scale Attributes. When there's no specific stat put near the percentage, it's usually attack stat. Goblet of Unothum. The goblet is where your main elemental damage is coming from. The unique stats you can get from these artifacts are the elemental damage percentage for the 7 elements. There is a physical damage stat as well. This artifact can also have HP percentage, defense percentage, attack percentage, elemental mastery, and energy recharge. You usually pick the elemental damage of your character's vision. Exceptions are some supportive characters and physical damage carries, such as Eula and Razor, or as supports, I believe it's also Diona and Bennett. These are just a few examples. Circlet of Logos. The circlet is the only artifact to have crit rate, crit damage, and healing bonus stat as their main stat. Depending on what you need for your DPS, you pick crit rate or crit damage. Usually, healing characters pick the healing bonus stat as their main stat. But like the Sands, Circlet can also have HP percentage, defense percentage, attack percentage, elemental mastery, and energy recharge as main stats. You just have to see what your character really needs, or what you wish the character to be built as. Conclusion. Well, this is it. The basics of artifacts in Genshin Impact. If you don't want to look up guides on how to build characters, you usually peep at your character's talents to figure out what the main stats of your Sands, Couplet, and Circlet should be, as well as the substats of your Flower and Feather. Or, you know, build your character however you want. This game's content can be played however you like, so it shouldn't matter if you play with main DPS, Kaya, or Crit Komi. That is Crit Kokomi for those who don't know. I really hope this helped you on your journey into that. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, or if you didn't, a dislike. Perhaps comment down below about it, and I'll look to improve future content. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!